Welcome back to the David Pakman Show. I am Farron Cousins, sitting in for David Pakman today. You can find me on social media on both Twitter, Facebook, and of course Instagram as well, at Farron Balanced. You can get me on YouTube, youtube.com/The Ring of Fire, and youtube.com/Farron Balanced. We've got more to talk about with Afghanistan, and, not to be outdone from all of the stupid takes going on out there about Afghanistan, Marjorie Taylor Greene comes out with one of the most absurd and quite possibly disgusting takes on what is happening in the country. And without further ado, folks, I am going to let Marjorie Taylor Greene say it in her own words. Here she is, an interview from Sunday with Steve Bannon. Take it away.
Congressman Marjorie Taylor Greene, you've heard what President Trump says. Do you agree with that, given your assessment? It's a pretty big ask for a president to resign about something like this. Do you agree with that?
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, I have my team right now working on articles of impeachment because I'm so disgusted with Joe Biden. I've already filed one set of articles of impeachment, but his failure as a president is unspeakable.
There's reporting that the U.S. is paying a vast sum of cash to the Taliban in exchange for allowing the evacuation to proceed. Is this true? Now, she can't verify that. I know it's going around. Give us your thoughts on that. Even the mention of that is pretty stunning. What are your thoughts on this, and what are you hearing?
I can't verify that either, so I won't say if it's true or not unless I had direct proof of it, but I would not doubt it. Look at the way President Biden has the American military basically running scared out of Afghanistan, and they were begging the Taliban to give them time and wait until they could evacuate from the airport. And so I wouldn't be surprised at all if they were paying the Taliban. After all, they're already paying them with weapons, vehicles, Black Hawk helicopters, because the Afghan army is handing them over as fast as possible.
Wouldn't be surprised to learn, even though, as Bannon mentioned, there's no evidence of this. Marjorie Taylor Greene says, there's no evidence of it, but let's pretend there is and say, oh, I bet it's happening. That's how Republican lies grow. I hope you realize what we just witnessed there, folks. That was the birth of a talking point. It's a stupid talking point. Again, there's no evidence to suggest that that's what's happening, but why should that stop them from just making stuff up about what's really taking place? And by the way, a little part of that clip, in the full clip, if anybody wants to go and watch it, it's terrible. But Bannon actually mentioned he got those questions from Republican Congresswoman Elise Stefanik's office. So just to let you know how staged all this crap really is, Stefanik's office sent those questions over to him, I guess, in an attempt to get Marjorie Taylor Greene to say something stupid, which, of course, she never disappoints with that. In case you're wondering, what's really happening right now is, yes, the United States has, in fact, worked out a deal with the Taliban to where they will not attack the airport in Kabul so that they can continue to get refugees out of the country. I'm sure by now most people have seen some of the footage of the people desperate to flee the country, literally climbing on top of airplanes. I believe at least half a dozen or more people have been killed, literally being run over by airplanes on the runway, to the point where on Monday they actually had to call it off. They couldn't have any more flights because the airport was being flooded with people trying to leave the country. So the administration came out, had to try to work out this deal, which they discussed over in, I believe it's Doha. So they worked out this deal and said, listen, you have to let us get people out of here. You have to let us get these refugees. You have to promise to not attack this airport. Otherwise, they said, the general who helped work out this deal, if you attack the airport, you're going to be met with the swift fury of the United States military. So let us get people out, and we will not attack you. There was no indication that money changed hands. There was no obvious, as she pointed out, exchange of weapons. And I believe, if I may try to make sense of what Marjorie Taylor Greene is saying, the fact that she's talking about, oh, we're giving them weapons. No, we're not. Let's be clear about that. As far as I've seen, and feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't know that the United States has made a deal to give the Taliban weapons. But what we have seen is that they have raided the Afghan military's weaponry, which, yes, is full of weapons that the United States gave them. So I guess if you want to consider that the United States giving weapons to these individuals, then, it's a roundabout way of saying it. It's obviously not exactly true, but technically, sure. I mean, well, I guess you could say that. The United States gave them weapons because we gave it to these people who then abandoned it and it was taken over by the Taliban. So maybe we need to stop giving all these weapons to people overseas. I don't know. That sounds like a pretty easy solution. Heck, we could probably cut down the military budget, the Pentagon budget every year, if we didn't do that. So you actually accidentally just made a really great case, Marjorie Taylor Greene, for not continuing to send United States weapons overseas. I think that's a good plan, and if that's where you really want to go, Marjorie, I'm with you 100%. I would love to see the United States no longer sending our weapons of death all over the planet, as I'm sure a lot of people on the left would agree with me on that. But again, it is just remarkable to see them, the early stages of a new talking point, like Biden's paying them off. There's no evidence to suggest it, but we probably think that it's something that could likely maybe happen. It's not impossible. It's a plausible idea. So let's just push it and see if the public buys into that narrative. That's how they operate. They don't have to have facts. They don't have to have evidence. When you're a Republican talking head or a Republican politician, whatever you can make up is what sticks. And that becomes the narrative that they run with.
I'm really excited that one of our sponsors today is Helix Sleep. I sleep on a Helix mattress at home. I absolutely love it. And that's why I reached out to them about sponsoring the David Pakman Show. Buying a mattress in the past was always a huge guessing game for me. I didn't know what I actually needed. I didn't know what I would like. But Helix has a sleep quiz on their website. You tell them your body type, your sleeping position, your back pain issues you might have, and their tool matched me with a mattress that is perfect for me. It's cool enough at night. It's the right firmness. I generally just do way better sleeping these days because of the mattress. Helix was awarded #1 best overall mattress for the last 2 years by both GQ and Wired Magazine. It is well-deserved, I can tell you firsthand. Every Helix mattress comes with a 10-year warranty. You can try the mattress risk-free for 100 nights, and they will even come pick it up at your house if you don't love it. But I know you will. All of my viewers will get up to $200 off your order, and you'll get 2 super premium pillows for free when you go to the link right underneath this video.